dum dum dum. Here is some Trews right now. Here is some Trews. Remember always the Mal. Get out of our country. Clear off. Clear off. Right, we're off to go to Iraq. Get back here. Story there about boob momentum. Is there something inherently about the third page of a newspaper that has to have some boobs on it? Is it because like the first page is like a lady's top or something, and you feel like, there are the boobs. Retrain the retired to teach at inner city schools, say Tories. Don't, they're 18. It's going to be an awful idea. Newly retired workers from a range of different fields will be parachuted in to teach at Britain's toughest schools. Mr. Gibson? Yes, hello? Come this way. Well, I was trying to watch Countdown. You're not going to be watching Countdown. Put this on. What's in the knapsack? That's a parachute. Really what that is that they've worked out the only people that read the Daily Mail are the elderly and me. Widow, age 95. Kicked off her GP's, I see, for the elderly, kicked off her GP's register to make way for migrants. They've used the word kicked on purpose. You can't kick someone off of a register, can you? Like, I mean, it's metaphorical. I know all language is metaphor, that language is necessarily a symbol, not the essential thing itself. But to use the word kick is very evocative. Let's learn more about this little old 95-year-old lady. Lily Dove has used her GP practice for so long she could remember when the doctor would visit on a horse and trap. This is a perfect piece of Daily Mail story because her name is Lily Dove. Lily White, Dove Peace. She might as well have been called Jesus Jesus. Jesus Jesus Christian lady has been attacked by Muslims in a way, in an abstract way. This is a good story in a way for the Mail. It attacks the NHS, which they wanted to stabilise because of their privatisation agenda. It attacks Muslims and it appeals to that sort of general overall template of fear, be frightened. Video of hate is still on YouTube. These are them lads, aren't they, that have gone off to God. I suppose if you're like a Muslim lad and there's not that many of you, probably feel a bit ostracised and your cultural identity is constantly being attacked every time you look at the Daily Mail or the TV comes on, people with the same surname as you are getting sort of attacked. You might in the end think, well, I'm going to go and join some sort of radical, glamorous cause which seems to have purpose and meaning given that I'm not wanted here and that my identity is associated with kind of neglect and being an outsider and kicking little old ladies off of registers. I might as well go and attach myself to something meaningful. I mean, don't you feel with your own life, wish I had some meaning? That's why you look for romance, or you want to go on holiday, or you want to see the next episode of X Factor, or you want to watch the next FA World Cup match to give your life some sense of purpose and meaning. At least you feel incorporated in the main narrative. Like if you're sort of, you've been here a couple of generations, or your family have been here a couple of generations, if you're sort of the constant focus of that ostracisation, in the end you might think, fuck this, I'm going to do something radical. But this is my favourite thing in the paper today. Kinnock comes to the rescue. Ed must be really desperate. They do this a lot in papers, don't they? They do one person morphing into another person. Here it's Ed Miliband, current leader of a left-wing-ish, centrist, British political party, morphing into former, much more left-wing, but still, relatively centrist politician, Neil Kinnock. Right? Why are they doing that? Because, saying that it is him or something, it's a weird thing to do. Look! If you incrementally morph together pictures of Neil Kinnock and Ed Miliband, you can achieve the impression that the two people are secretly connected to each other, as if there's a metamorphosis occurring. You could do that of anything. You could have a potato here and Buckingham Palace there, and slowly show the gradient of that, turn it into that. There's no relationship between those two. Exactly what the newspaper does, in fact. Elsewhere, it creates narratives by association. It associates this image with this image with this image with this image with that image, but really there's no connection between those. It's an entirely narrativized, constructed thing. There is no integral relationship between that little old lady and her horse and trap and immigration. That's just a story that's helpful for them. That's because it fills in the gaps of their belief system. Let's have a look how news used to be in the old days. See Nicola over there, show them Nicola what she looks like. Nicola! Her granddad used to work on the print on the evening news, and I think, is this a special edition of something, Nicola?
Last ever one, please.
It's the last ever edition when they kicked out, they shut this down because I think Murdoch brought it all up. The latest news on teletext, that was the internet of the day, teletext.
I see you on teletext. Any new transfers on teletext, any new holidays on teletext.
Teletext. I hate it when I say things that sound like I'm a person from the past, don't you? I lived in a well as a little boy with Jacob, my pet crow. Every morning Jacob would wake me up, pecking at the window. The window was made of seashells. It was a simpler life. And look at the size of the fucking thing. Look at it. It's enormous. Perhaps the saddest thing is, look, an unfinished crossword. Someone tried to do the crossword, probably Nicola's granddad. Nearly finished it. Bit of working out there. And what is life really? Just a puzzle. That you never really finish, never really work it out, and that the only real truth is the truth of your relationships with each other and being beautiful. So there you go. It's Trews
there. Nose is a tool that is abused to fool you and to leave you scared and confused. Trews is like the nose. If the nose was true, I want some Trews. Let's have some Trews.